Hello, we are going to be working on setting up your ISN. Today in class, you should have received several pieces of paper to use to set up your notebook. It is going to be very beneficial for you to have tools and supplies at home for you to use, such as glue, most preferably glue stick, tape, color pencils, markers, things of that sort, because you will be working on your ISN in class and also at home. In class, you are free to use the materials that I have, but you will also need materials at home to do homework. So the first thing is the front cover of your notebook is where we're going to keep our formula chart. So if you go ahead and put in your formula chart on the first page, that would be great. This formula chart gives you the formulas for density, speed, net force, and work. We will be working with all of these formulas this year. This formula chart is also found on the formula chart that you will get on each test that you take, and also on your STAR test that you will be taking this year. At any time that you feel like you want to pause the video because I'm moving too fast, pause the video, complete that page, and then resume to the video to move to the next page. Page 1 is where you are going to put your name, what period you're taking my class, 8th grade science, Miss West, room 231. Page 2 is a table of contents. The first couple of pages are some little reference materials, things that we'll be going back to throughout the year. And then after that, we'll put each unit and we'll have table of contents for each unit. Page 3 is the 3 levels of questioning. If you can go ahead and glue that down on page 3. 3 levels of questioning will be used as we take Cornell notes. And we'll get to that a little more later. I won't go into detail about this right now. Page 4, go ahead and put the title Test Analysis. This is where we'll keep the analysis of our test results. Page 5, go ahead and title it ISN Quizzes. We will be taking ISN quizzes every 3 weeks, and this is where you will keep your quizzes. Page 6, we're going to be working on thinking maps in class, and there will also be times where you'll do a thinking map for homework. So this is a good place to put this. So if you forget what a particular thinking map looks like and what it's used for, you have this reference tool for you. Page 7. There is going to be time where you have extra time in class. If you happen to finish up your work, you cannot just pack up and just sit around. You can only pack up when I have given you the okay to do so, which will be 2 minutes before the bell. If I do see you packed up and just sitting there, you will lose your points for the day. So there are several things that you can do if you finish early. And these are some of those things that you can do. You have assignment that you'll learn about called Teach It. Each month you will get one of those. You'll have vocabulary every month that you can work on. I have a graffiti wall where you can add vocabulary to get extra credit. There's also extra credit work that you will hear about that you can work on. And lastly, I have some science books in the back of the room. You can read a science book or you can read your own book. But one thing I will not tolerate is you packing up and just sitting there and doing nothing before it is time to pack up. Okay, page 8 is where we are going to start our safety unit. For the safety unit, this is our little safety cover page. You do not have to draw the exact pictures that I have. If you want to draw different pictures, that is absolutely fine. Just somehow write the word safety, draw a couple of pictures that pertain to safety to you, and that's it. For our safety table of contents, we only have 2 things that we're going to be putting in. Our safety contract is going to go on page 10. And our safety conservation homework will go on page 11. Page 10, go ahead and write the title safety contract. As soon as I have received the safety contracts, I'm giving you a grade for it, I will pass them back out, and in class we'll put the safety contract on page 10. Page 11, go ahead and put the title safety and conservation homework. When I grade this homework and return it to you, we'll put it on page 11. Page 12, this is where we're going to start our atoms and periodic table. Once again, you do not have to draw these exact pictures. Although you may not know a lot about atoms and periodic table, if you want to draw something different, that is fine. If you want to copy exactly what I have, that is fine also. As of right now, we're only going to start off with 2 things on the table of contents. And as we go through this unit, we will be adding more. So here are the first 2 things that you need to put in. That is the setup of our ISN. Your ISN is going to be a great tool for you to use to study and for you to use to better your science skills. Remember that you will be having quizzes every 3 weeks. So if you are absent, you are still responsible for making up your work. You need to get with me to see what you have missed. You can look on eChalk to see if there are any assignments that you missed. See if there's any videos that you need to watch. You can use a friend's notebook if you ask them to see if you missed anything. But remember, you are always responsible for your work, whether you are in class that day or not. I look forward to having a great year with you. And if you ever have any questions or need help, please do not hesitate to ask me.